Hi, friends. It is a blustery, rainy morning here in Halifax, and the seasons are changing. I can feel it's changing from fall to early winter, even though it's still mid-November. And we'll still have some mild weather, but we're also going to get some freezing weather coming up. So, it's like hibernation season is coming up. And I thought this morning I was do a little video. Just I've struck with some challenges this morning because I don't have a helper. It's Friday, so I was on my own for the morning routine for the morning shift. And I thought, well, why not do a little update from a caregiver's perspective of, spousal caregiver, what I'm facing with, just daily little challenges that some of you will relate to, or they may help some of you prepare for what's coming down the road for you. So um, the first point that really struck me this morning, and to set the scene here, when I get Heather up in the morning, I do it all. I slowly have to roll her out of bed because she's stiff, and then I check the laundry to see if I have to do a laundry today or not, whether the sheets are wet, etc. And then I slowly help her with her hands to get out of bed, and we go to the bathroom, and the toilet routine. Won't go into detail. And that, eventually she's dressed. I have her nice top on, clean top, clean pants, and I have brushed her hair, maybe put in some earrings. I do it all. And then I brush her teeth. She doesn't do it anymore. So if I give her a toothbrush with toothpaste, she'll just put it in her mouth and kind of chew on it. She doesn't know what to do. So she's had bad dental health over the years. I want to make sure this doesn't come up as an issue going forward. So every day I get the toothbrush out and I say, I mimic open your mouth, and I'm brushing one side and the other side, flats of the molars, the outside of the molars, up and down. And I do a thorough job brushing her teeth. And then this morning, this is what triggered the video. I'm telling her after I've brushed her teeth, I say, okay, now spit. And she's fixated looking at herself in the mirror, as she does with the camera as well. When she sees herself, she sort of stops and stares. I don't know why. So I have to sort of gently try to encourage her head to lean over the sink to spit. And even then, it seems she's kind of forgetting. She doesn't really know what I mean when I say spit. Maybe the words don't register. Maybe she's forgot the motions and the movement. But, it's starting to become an issue. And then when she does spit, it's awkward. It's not, like you and I would do. She'll start to dribble toothpaste out of her mouth. And then there's a danger. It'll get over the top front of her new clean top. So this is something I was stressing about this morning. Probably not worth really stressing about, but it's something you have to think about. Am I going to have to now wipe off her top or change her top or something? So this is out of the blue, unexpected challenges. So the same thing happens at breakfast when she's eating cereal, and I'll feed her cereal. I'll spoon feed cereal. This morning it was Cheerios with milk and blueberries, and she's dribbling a bit, so I have to watch that. Um, and then in that routine as well, I I I thought, okay, it's time to put long socks on. She always had little short ankle socks, summertime socks. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go to the warm sock drawer now, and I pull out a sock. Naturally, they're longer, but they're also thicker. So I put her socks on, and I'm down on my hands and knees while she's standing there. And I pull her socks on and then tried to get her shoes on, and suddenly I realized, oh, is it possible that this is all too tight now? Are her shoes too tight? Because she resisted a bit. And I mean, how do you know? How do you tell? Like, I have to try to figure this out. Are her shoes too tight? I have no idea. Hard to tell. And so should I go get another pair of shoes a little bigger? And this is just stuff that's extra, like that analogy of an armful of basketballs. It's just extra basketballs that you carry around in the day with you, starting first thing in the morning before I've even had my coffee. So, that's just a sampling of what goes on with me as a novice caregiver trying to figure this stuff out, trying to navigate it. And I'm sharing it not to seek sympathy. No, 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 that's not my goal. I'm sharing it to help other people see what's going on. And I mean, you may experience this yourself and, and understand a bit more about what's coming, or have some sympathy or empathy from me towards you. That's all it is. It's just sharing. And it's unexpected stuff. So and then of course this morning there's an extra heavy laundry day. Most days, Risa takes care of things. Today was mine. Get two absorbent pads, comforter, sheet, all kinds of clothing, and it's big bulky items. So it requires multiple loads. Well, that kind of takes care of my day. That's I have to monitor that washer and the dryer all day long. I'm not just off duty today. It's like housework day, and I didn't anticipate it because most days it's not like that. So today was bad. So I've got this van project, building that camper van, and I can't really plan anything. Like I had thought that today I would be out there and I was going to work on my roof rack even in the rainy weather, and it's like, okay, that can't happen. So that's the beauty of having that van project, is it's sitting out there, and nothing will go wrong if I don't get to it. But I have to plan my projects so that they can be done. If there's something that just has to be finished, that I'm not fighting to beat the clock because someone else dictates my schedule. So anyways, enough about that. So back to the shoe thing. Like if I ask questions, let's say, are you uncomfortable? Are you hungry? Are you tired? I never get an answer. Or is it? Does it fit? Do your shoes feel too tight? Does your hat fit? Does this hurt? Are you sick? Do you feel uncomfortable? I never get an answer to any of that stuff. So I have to play a bit of a detective, a nurse detective, I guess. So it's just the way that it goes. It's the challenges of caregiving. Okay, another thing that happened yesterday that threw me for a loop was, I don't know if you've heard of the Google Inactive Account Manager, but you can set up your Google account like Gmail and Google Drive and all your Google activities with a setting that if you don't access your account within, I think it's 3 months, that Google will send an email to a list that you have provided. I think there's 3 people. It'll send an email. It'll say, this person has not used their Google account in 3 months. Unless they activate it, we will lock it down. And then they give access to that account to specific things that you have flagged when you set this account manager up. They will give access to those things to those 3 people. You can specify, details about that. So Heather, I set it up for Heather. I said, if Heather doesn't use her Google account in 3 months, Google is going to assume that she has died. That's how mine's set up too. It's like if I drop dead of a heart attack tomorrow, in 3 months' time, my 2 kids each get an email that says this account is inactive. And then at some point after that, they get, in my case, full access to my email, to my Google Drive, my Google Photos, to everything. I have the same thing set up for iCloud. I set that up for Heather, and then I got an email yesterday that says Heather DeZoba has not accessed her Google account in 3 months. You can either get her to reactivate it or let things go, and you'll get access. So, man, that that hurts. It's part of the letting go process, because I set that up for if we were to die, is basically what it is. So, little bits of her disappear every so often, and it's a grief. It's grief. It's all of the things that would happen if somebody were to die, but it's stretched out over a long period with all kinds of other challenges in between. The person is still there, but they're not there. So that was a tough thing to face, part of that letting go process. So Uh, okay, on my YouTube account, I have a feeling I've maxed out the subscribers at around 10,500, just a little under that. When I posted a video that said we were getting vaccinations, I lost about 50 people the next day. That's okay. Uh, so I don't know if that's the maximum number of people that somebody with a channel like mine will get. 10,500. I don't know. Probably more. And while my goal has never been to grow this channel, it's certainly become a feature for me. And I get a great deal of satisfaction out of this. I also get revenue, not much. That has really dropped off. I think this month I'll get 150 Canadian dollars. That's not a lot of money, and that's not why I do it. But anyways, so this is just a request that if you're watching this channel and you enjoy the content, would you please make sure you are subscribed? You hit that subscribe button, and that will help me out and help me get more subscribers and a little more revenue for whatever reason that is. So I think that I think that some of you may not be subscribed. So if you could do that, that would be great. So this was just a little catch up on the circumstances in our things in our life and the challenges as a caregiver. And I hope you find this interesting or helpful. And I think somebody else asked if I would just show what I use for video production and video editing. So I'm going to do that right now. Have had a little GoPro running on the side here. I'm going to pick this GoPro up and I'm going to turn it around and show what's going on here. Meanwhile, this camera here, this is my iPhone. This is going to follow me with a gimbal. So let's have a look here. Here's the GoPro. Okay. I'll just back up. Okay, so first of all, this is my room that I have upstairs in my house. It used to be a little den, I guess, or something like that. It would have been a bedroom or something once upon a time. Anyways, we don't use the upstairs, but this is my space now, and it's wonderful. This is my mess of a desk. This is our old dining room table that I've repurposed. And it is not a fancy video production setup. You know, I have my Mac here, and this is a stand for my iPad. I'll often have my Mac and my iPad open, and I'm moving from one to the other. So for today's video production, I have my iPhone on a gimbal, and it has, you know, tracking, face tracking. So it's following me, as you can see, which is just mind-blowing. That's amazing technology. So I have a couple of lights set up here because it's dark and dreary outside. Normally I wouldn't have this little extra light. I would just have my desk light. And then I have my iPad open here with vlog November 15th challenges. So when I come up with some ideas for a video, I'll sometimes, not even always, just once in a while, just write them down, and then I know that the next day when I go to them and I speak to you, that I'll be able to stay sort of on topic. And I do all my editing on the iPad. I'll airdrop my videos, and then I use Canva, the Canva app. I'll switch back to my iPhone here. So I use the Canva app to make my thumbnails. So that's the extent of video production. Oh, I should say that I also have these little microphones. Is that focusing? Anyways, it's a little microphone. I have one tapped on, stuck on here, and it's like $40 for those microphones, but it improves the audio quality, which makes a big difference. And that really, my friends, is the extent of my video editing studio. It is simple, and it means that I can push out videos quite regularly without a lot of effort, because I don't have a whole lot of time for this stuff. I don't have extended periods of time. Today I do because the laundry is going. But that's the extent of my video editing. I hope that answers your questions. And that was my update for today. So remember, stay strong. You're not alone. And Yana, have a great rest of your day. Bye.